once the final wash is over, we are ready to do the detection. So I'm going to take out the membrane, and in order to see the molecular weight markers on here, there's lots of options out there for markers that are not chemiluminescent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Western Sure pen, and what I'm doing is I'm blotting just the lane with a filter paper that has the markers on it, and then I'm going to take out my Western Sure pen, and because this membrane is damp, I'm going to start the pen on the napkin, and you can see it's kind of purple. The ink is purple. So I'm going to start it over here, and I'm going to hold the membrane with my forceps, and then I'm going to mark on the lane over here, and I should definitely see that it's purple, and that way I know that the ink is flowing on there. So I'm going to mark a lane, and as long as the lane is purple, then I know the ink is flowing, and I might have to go back to the napkin more than once to get the ink flowing, because ink doesn't like to flow on something that's wet. So you may have to go back and start it again in order to keep the ink flowing, in order to get all of these markers marked on here. But once you have it all done, then you can go over here and get your substrate ready. And I'm just going to add the 2 separate forms of the substrate. And I'm going to add 2 mils for this size of membrane, because you want to make sure that you have enough. If you have too little, then you're going to be sorry that you don't have enough substrate to cover your entire membrane. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up some, and I'm going to put it on another piece of plastic sheet protector, and I'm going to make a big puddle right in the middle of this plastic, just like that, a big puddle. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my membrane by one end, and then I'm just going to set it in the very edge of that puddle, and then I'm going to let it float on top of that puddle, and I'm just going to give it a little jiggle and make sure that all of the substrate comes out to the edges. And then I'm going to start the incubation for 5 minutes, and it's supposed to incubate for 5 minutes. And it can be in the dark, or you can just leave it like that, and I usually cover it for 5 minutes. Today we're going to image on the Odyssey FC. So all I did was pick up the membrane, and we put it on the plate, protein side up. We're going to put it in the Odyssey FC. Close the door. And this is connected to a computer over here, to our Image Studio software, and we'll go over there and acquire the image. Following the instructions for the Image Studio software and the FC, we acquired our image, and here it is.